Imagine discovering a new species of animal in your backyard, but instead of squirrels or rabbits, it is a tiny, coiled shell hiding in the shadow of a mountain range that could be demolished next week. That is exactly what just happened in Montenegro this summer. Scientists and citizen volunteers have uncovered two entirely new snail species in northwestern Montenegro, adding them to Europe's documented wildlife list for the first time ever. But this discovery isn't just about naming tiny creatures. It strikes at the very heart of a fierce battle between conservationists and developers over the future of Durmitor National Park. In this video, we will explore how ordinary people turned into elite researchers, why these snails might hold the secret to evolution itself, and what their sudden appearance tells us about the urgent need to protect one of Europe's most pristine landscapes before a hydropower plant is built on its soil. The story begins not in a sterile laboratory, but on the rugged Dobry Du Plateau within the heart of Durmitor National Park. For decades, this area has been shrouded in mystery, known for its dramatic waterfalls and towering peaks that inspired poets and artists alike, yet its soil remained largely unexplored by biologists. Recently, a unique collaboration took place between taxon expeditions and the Montenegrin Ecologists Society, bringing together international researchers, local students, and dedicated citizen scientists to hunt for land snails. It was during this expedition that they stumbled upon Cochlostoma debrito, a name that now stands as a testament to human curiosity. This finding is particularly significant because it highlights just how much of Europe's biodiversity remains hidden from our eyes. We are talking about millions of species on our planet, and we still know very little about half of them. The discovery in Montenegro proves that the region is not just a scenic backdrop, but a living library of life waiting to be read. By identifying two new snail species here, scientists have essentially found missing chapters in Europe's natural history book, reminding us that even in well-trodden places like World Heritage Sites, there are still undiscovered worlds buried beneath the feet of tourists and hikers alike. What makes this discovery so remarkable is not just the biology, but the method behind it. This wasn't a solo mission conducted by elite academics in isolation. It was a triumph of community science. Teams mixing professional evolutionary biologists like Menno Schilthuizen from Leiden University with local students and citizen volunteers created a powerful force for exploration. The synergy between different skill sets allowed them to cover vast stretches of terrain that traditional research teams might have missed. When you combine the technical knowledge of field biology with the passion and persistence of volunteers, you unlock doors that closed books would never open. This approach democratizes science, turning anyone who loves nature into a potential discoverer of new life forms. The fact that these two new snail species were found by such a diverse group underscores a vital truth about our planet. Discovery is often accidental, reliant on the sheer volume of eyes looking at the world. It suggests that if we had more people actively searching for biodiversity in protected areas like Komarnica Canyon within Durmitor, we might have already found even more wonders. This shift from passive observation to active participation has changed how we view conservation efforts globally, making them faster, broader, and deeply connected to the communities living on our planet's edge. However, this scientific breakthrough has ignited a firestorm of debate regarding the future of the land where these snails were found. While the discovery celebrates biodiversity, it simultaneously highlights the fragility of that ecosystem against industrial pressure. The presence of two new species in northwestern Montenegro is being used as critical evidence to strengthen calls for the protection of Komarnica Canyon and its surrounding areas rather than allowing a hydropower plant to be constructed there. Developers often argue that infrastructure projects bring economic growth and energy stability, but for scientists, every shovel hitting soil near these newly identified snails represents a potential extinction event. The new findings provide irrefutable data showing that the region is a hotspot of hidden life that could vanish overnight if development proceeds unchecked. This adds immense weight to conservation arguments previously made by local activists. If a hydropower plant were built, it would alter water flow, change soil composition, and introduce pollutants that these delicate snails couldn't survive. The discovery transforms Komarnica Canyon from a mere geographical feature into a scientifically vital sanctuary. It forces policymakers to weigh the short-term gains of energy production against the irreversible loss of unique evolutionary lineages, proving that protecting nature is not just an ethical choice, but a rational one based on hard data. Beyond their immediate habitat, these newly discovered snails might hold profound secrets about how life adapts to extreme environments. Snails are often overlooked as simple creatures, but they possess complex behaviors and physiological traits that have fascinated evolutionists for centuries. In Montenegro, these tiny mollusks likely evolved specialized mechanisms to survive the harsh conditions of the Dobrý Plateau, where temperatures fluctuate wildly and water sources are scarce yet crucial. Understanding their biology could provide insights into how species adapt to climate change and environmental stressors elsewhere on Earth. The three hearts found in certain octopuses or the problem-solving skills of crows remind us that even the smallest creatures have intricate lives. These snails are likely no different. Their discovery adds a new layer to our understanding of evolutionary history within Europe, suggesting that unique genetic adaptations have been occurring in these high-altitude regions for millions of years. By studying them now, we can learn how life persists under pressure, which is a lesson we desperately need as the climate shifts. These shells are not just biological curiosities. They are living archives of survival strategies that could guide future conservation efforts worldwide. Preserving them means preserving a piece of our collective understanding of life's resilience and diversity.